G'day guys, it's Jake here. Nothing in this video is financial advice. Please do research when it comes to investing. Please sure to check out my links below, including exchanges I use and social media content that I post. Alright, let's go. Alright guys, so welcome to another video. This one, we're talking about another meme coin that I invested in. So there's three of them, and this is the third one. The third but not least. Miggles, Mr. Miggles, the cat on base chain. Okay, so this one here is huge. Like it's the community is absolutely active. The team, they post very frequently. Even these rough times we're going through right now, it's an absolute killer meme coin. I reckon it'll do well. Going next year. Don't know how long this sort of rough price actions we're going for, but once things get better and the Fed pivot their monetary stance, and all the rest of it, the economy starts picking up again. Businesses, especially the small ones, start catching up to the big ones, and then we start seeing outperformance, and then the old coins will outperform the bigger coins, the smaller coins will outperform the bigger coins, because the blue chips are the ones that, are holding up okay, and these little ones are getting smashed. So you can see this chart doesn't look very nice. But it's opportunity, You buy low, you sell high. This one is definitely it's great memes, got a great team behind it. They own the IP. Okay, it's important to know they own their own IP, and So we'll get into the charts now for Miggles. So first up, we're having this this yellow box here, which is a previous support level. All right, so you can see. We found support, obviously started here in August last year, came back to it in September, October, so 3 touches of support, a huge catapult rise up to here. It's a massive, massive move, bigger than the move it made in July. This is given, for a lot of altcoins, okay, at the end of the last year. Everything was going bananas, so that one's not a surprise. So we've got a nice big push up here. And the support level came back here, okay, all the way in October this year. So 1 year later, from October last year to October this year. And if we zoom in here, you can see we tried to hold support here in November and we broke down. So we're below the support level. Doesn't mean it's over, it's dead, it's not coming back. It's just a manipulation below the support level. It's just probably forming another support. It's got nothing here, okay, no price history. Doesn't mean it's the end of the world, okay? Because you've got to form bottom somewhere, all right? And at the moment, we're seeing some, some nice weakness in the bears. I can't push it much lower. And you're seeing us low here in November 21st. So we're coming back down to make another bottom. Potentially getting a double bottom going on here, guys, which is nice. So again, these double bottom playing out. And meanwhile, the MACD, as you can see them below, is showing momentum to the upside, okay? Seeing a nice bullish cross here and pointing it up. Okay, which is good to see. While this is sort of flattening out and going down. So when that divergence happens, you see price usually catch up and go to the upside, okay? So it's inevitable, in my opinion. We'll go through the MACD crosses while we're looking at the MACD. So we had a MACD cross here. And MACD green, because of all the bullish crosses. Okay, so this is it, guys. This is a cross here. January this year, and look at that. Got a big pump out of it. It was short-lived, unfortunately, this one. I came back down a bit lower. So that was the first one. The second one we got here is sort of after a pump happened in March of this year. We got another low. It swept this low. So the wick went below it. And hang on a sec, I made a mistake here. Anyway. And then, it swept it. And then we went higher. Okay, so it marked a local bottom and went higher up to here. Then we sort of went down again, up, down, up, then we finally broke it. But then initially, it did go down, and then it went up, okay? So it was a knee-jerk reaction, a bullish cross here, and it led to higher prices before going a bit lower. And then we got a bullish cross here, and it was at the top of this double top pattern, went lower. So the MACD's on. I'm just showing you right now, it's not great. Not very accurate. There you go, shows your bullish cross here and went lower. Cross bullish again here, and we've gone sort of lower. We've gone lower since then, gone down. So it's not the most accurate, so don't rely on it. All right, so that's that one. Another thing to sort of note, still seeing some interesting, patterns. You want to call it patterns. You go in logarithmic and see what we can find, okay? And you got those lower highs coming in, then you get I'll pull up the bull market support band to have a look a bit better, so you can sort of see for yourself how we get these sort of reactions off the bull market support band. So here we got a reaction, okay? In January this year, we got another reaction. We tried to hold support in late that month. It broke down. Came up resistance in May, and we broke again. Came up again, poked the head above it. In July and in August, okay, both times, and it fell off a cliff, unfortunately. Couldn't hold above and break out, break these highs, or break this high, and then go higher. Came back down to this support level here, okay, as it got formed. I showed you before. So, yeah, this is sort of, it's basic price action. You can, if you really wanted to look at this for another lens, you look at support and resistance levels and draw a box there. So, well, there's your resistance, there's your support. The resistance broke through, faked it out, went down. Resistance, and then bam. We had another support level here too, got formed. All right, so we had 1, 2, 3, 4, and the resistance after it broke down came up to test the support and then went lower. So that's your basic price action. There's nothing, fancy about it, but that's how sometimes price moves. It likes to come back to zones that it's been met with before, and now we're down here making a new low, all right, a new support level. We'll fix this up in a minute, or a second, I should say. And we are now right down the bottom. Can we go lower? Yes, we can. If we do break this low, you probably get continued downside because the trend is down, all right, but you want to see this bottom out. And since the MACD is really curling up now and showing momentum, we should see a nice bullish move to this yellow box. And if you break through this, this is good. If you sort of resist here and then break through, if we test it and then just sort of step our way up, and go higher. That's sort of the plan. We'll go from there essentially, and that's what Miggles is doing. So we're potentially finding a double bottom here. Go on the daily time frame, I might see a bit better. You see that definitely momentum is higher, which is good to see compared to where we are in price. So that's showing strength and momentum, even though we're getting this sort of bearish hidden divergence playing out. Let's see here compared to here, the price is lower and this MACD is higher. So it's showing bearish divergence, hidden divergence, which is not a good thing, okay? But nevertheless, we're seeing these lows in the MACD are higher. So that's diverging with the lows in price, okay? Or the equal lows, I should say. Not quite as low as this one. It's weak, but it's very close. Yeah. So it's like a war between the bears and bulls here, the day time frame. All right. And the daily time frame is a bit iffy with divergences. So it can work and it can definitely not work. Like times where it did. You got this divergence here. You can see this green line. Okay, and when it crossed bullish, that was a nice run. Beautiful. What happened here? This dotted line went lower, MACD, and the price went higher. Formed this low, we went higher. So it worked out well there. Okay, oops. Happened again, diverged. The price is going lower, MACD is going higher, and we got a nice pump after it. So it worked out well here. Divergence, very slight divergence here. Price going lower, MACD going higher, and we had a nice pump. Very good. Here again, this one didn't cross, okay, so it's a fake. This one didn't cross bullish, so you can't count that one. As price went lower, so the MACD, so that's not a divergence. Now you had one here, bullish divergence across, the price is going down. Had a little pump, okay, but it didn't last long, unfortunately. Here, and again, it continued, make a higher low here, as this is going lower. Got another pump, okay, you can see there. It's this lower high before going lower, alright. and this never diverged. Now we're seeing this diverge again, okay, on the MACD. You see it making high lows. This is going sideways, which is still divergence, all right? So, yeah, we could get a nice move out of this one. That's what I'm saying here. It's not perfect, but it's good enough. 3-day divergences. It's not much price history to indicate that we are, but you can see momentum is pushing higher as this is going down, flattening. So yeah, that's that one. So these Miggles. We'll have a quick look at Bitcoin and Ethereum. All right, so get the bull market support band here, and you can see we're well below it. Okay, we found this wick here. We filled it halfway, and we came close here. This one already sort of filled the wick, this big long wick here on the 3-day time frame. And look where we are with the MACD. So we're still looking to poke ahead here. The pink moving average versus the blue slower moving average. And see a nice move higher. Hopefully get a nice pump up to this bull market support band in the coming weeks. That's definitely on the cards, okay. It'll be nice and exciting. It plays out. We also got this indicator, the risk metric, and it's pointing higher, which is good. It's at 17 now. It was at 15, and then as low as 13.5. So very, very nice. Starting to point higher, which is good. You want to see that with price going up as well. Another notable thing with this is risk metric. So I haven't really figured this one out before, which is quite interesting. But this sees low here. It only went to 22. Okay, in April. This risk metric has actually gone lower. Okay, which I did notice that, but I didn't. Compared to price, this is the interesting thing, guys. So this has gone lower. This has gone to, I showed you before, 13.5. Okay, so you've gone from 22 to 13.5. Price has gone higher. Yeah, making higher lows. What's this called? I just talked about it before. It's called hidden divergence, which is bullish. So, and these play out very, very, very accurately, and these result to upside. So, should get some upside very, very shortly coming up with this one, especially how wide this divergence is. It's nice and wide, and should get a pump up to this moving average, at least 21-week and 20-week SMA and EMA, and we should hopefully break through. All right. There's other moving averages we are met with is the 100. Okay, right here we're bouncing off support, and the 50 is at where the bull market support band is. Okay, so they're both there, and that one's on its own, holding up the Bitcoin price as we speak. Okay, and risk metric, another risk metric I've got is reading 39. So very, very low readings. Okay, and that's pretty well it for that one. Moving averages. All right. But yeah, very, very exciting to see this divergence playing out. Just want to see another time play out because I think we've got it here. We did very slightly. Pretty much it was flat. Okay, so this 2023 one, we sort of bottomed out. If I zoom in on this, you see here the low was in at 19. Okay, we go here. It's actually gone lower here in September. So there was divergence. Technically, it's going down as price was going higher. So there's your most previous wide divergence, and that sort of signified that there was going to be more upside. Okay, so that one played out nicely. Will this one play out nicely? It's more obvious, this divergence, so we'll see what happens. And you can see it's bullish divergence played out here. Okay, see that one got higher. See that blue versus that blue, November versus July, 2022, and that went lower, price went lower. So that's hidden divergence, and that played out. I should say that's hidden. That's called normal divergence, normal bullish divergence. This is hidden, and price is continuing its uptrend as oscillator is going lower. Okay, so that's hidden. Those two are hidden. This one is bullish. All right. So yeah, that's good to see. And I think we should see some more price action higher. And we go to the pandemic and also showed its hand here. As price is going down. This is your bullish divergence. And also it was going higher. And it marked a low and off we went to continue our move at the cycle peak. Okay. This threw it off course a lot, going from this low to this low. But we got that well-awaited massive old season, And yeah, and you can go on and find more divergences if you wanted to go on and on about it. But these are extremely powerful on this metric, okay? And, you know, it's a bit different on the MACD, because it looks a bit different. But if you go on the weekly MACD, for example, it shows very, very nicely close to what happened here. And you can see, yeah, so this MACD went lower, so this went lower than this one. There's your hidden divergence. That lower, that went higher, and boom, got to move higher. It's also showing it here. There's your low, there's your lower low in MACD. There's your low, there's your higher low in Bitcoin price. So yeah, they're both lining up together with the risk metrics, which is nice. It's beautiful to see. We should see a nice push here. And that's Bitcoin pretty much. There's nothing else to say to that. That's pretty well it. And Ethereum is on a weekly time frame. It's just doing what it's doing. It's just regular. It's nothing, no divergence is playing out. Okay. So nothing to report there. That's Bitcoin's risk metric. And bull market support bands is above it, so it's stuck below that. And moving averages, we're at the crossroads here where it's starting to cross bearish now. The blue above the pink. And yeah, what will happen to Ethereum price when it's met this resistance here? And then find another resistance basically here. Okay. If I draw a line, it's about 3,500 roughly. So this low and this low and this wick, you only got to it. And then you got the moving average as well. Okay, it's your resistance level. And that's about it really for that one. There's nothing else to report. It's just based on the movement of where it will go is based on Bitcoin. It's wait on Bitcoin to make a move and it'll catch up. Because you got ETH Bitcoin, which is the ETH versus Bitcoin ratio in terms of performance and market cap. Okay. And it's sort of doing not much this past month and a half. It's done nothing. And yeah, it's come off a correction from this high here, made in August, and it's making its move whether it goes the upside. It breaks for these moving averages, up this bull market support band, and the one below and above, 100 week and the 20 week. Yeah, see what happens there. So we had a similar move here. This red box is here because it had a similar move back in, we had one here in August. So this is August 2025, this is August 2020. All right, you can see there. And we had a correction all the way down to the blue and the pink moving averages, 100 week and 50 week. And we found another low, and then we eventually bounced off it. Okay, found another support at the 50 week, and went again. As you can see right here, you know, bounce, and then went again, and bounce, went higher. So it made a nice support level there, and this green box at the top retested again after made its low here. We made a low here, okay, like we did here in 2019. We'll come back down to the top of the box, anyone's guess, but the moving averages are higher compared to where they were here. Okay, so I was still retesting them at this top of this box, whereas we're way up here with the blue, and the pink is higher as well. So different levels, you can't rely on this, and I do think this will find support here. It's at this 0.18 level. It did previously had support here in 2019 and around this level in 2020 and in 2021. Okay, so it's very close, and it'll play out something like this, I reckon. Yeah, it comes back down first and blasts higher, or just goes higher and never comes down there. Yeah, exciting times, very exciting. Yeah, it's just great to see that I think it's bottomed out here at this level. It's not going any lower. And it should outperform for the rest of the cycle and make its way up to the top of the range, which is at 0.53. It's all the way up to 0.62. Somewhere in there, it should go up to probably by the end of 2026 is my prediction. Should take its way stair-stepping or go parabolic. It did in 2021 and 2017 cycle. Anyone's guess. But that's that one. You know, they want to do well, so yeah, Miggles will do well on the back of that. It was an ETH outperforming Bitcoin. And altcoins are outperforming, you know, the bigger altcoins, and then eventually you're outperforming ETH after ETH steals that liquidity. It trickles down, the capital flows from the low risk to the high risk, and then boom, you get these massive moves like this. You know, Miggles can do, you know, from the low there in October to the high in November 2024, a 100% move, which is a 15x move, huge. In the span of 28th of October to It's 2 weeks, 2 weeks you get that much of a return. Huge. It's massive. You don't get that in the stock market. So that's that one. So that is Miggles, price analysis, and a bit of Bitcoin and Ethereum. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Just going over Miggles, the cat, Mr. Miggles, that's male cat, and the Bitcoin and Ethereum price as well, just seeing where that's at and where we're tracking there to get a bit of context behind where these altcoins can go, because you really got to rely on Bitcoin and ETH. If they're not doing well, then the altcoins are going to do worse, especially when you got Bitcoin dominance starting to creep up, uncertainty and the economy, labour market going higher with the unemployment rate, which is not good to see. And yeah, you want to see things clear up and get more certainty, and definitely some bullish news in the background. There's some bullish things coming for next year. But if you look around, there's Coinbase launching their new app. There's stimulus checks planning to come out next year. You got there's so much other things. The rates are getting lower even more. Quantitative easing is starting. So there's a lot of things to look forward to, and you can't doubt yourself here. This is a wrong time to go bearish. This is definitely time to flip, switch, and I think the risk will rotate from the lower risk to the high risk. Matter of time before Mr. Miggles gets absolutely just does this amazing run. It does even bigger things, goes even higher. I'm expecting a lot higher prices than it did in 2024. We didn't see much in 2025, unfortunately. So let's catch up, let's do some more, and it's going to be exciting. So yeah, if you like this video, please smash the like, comment your thoughts below, subscribe to stay updated. Be sure to check out the links below, and I'll catch you next one. Cheers.